Jones landed big elbows on the ground in round 1. He won round 2 with his striking. In round 3, Jones landed a spinning back kick to the body. Miocic went down, and he finished the fight in round 3 via TKO. Jones said he might not retire. He may negotiate with Dana and give the fans what they want. Charles Oliveira dominated the first 4 rounds against Michael Chandler. Chandler came alive in round 5 and showed a lot of heart, but it wasn't enough. Oliveira wins a unanimous decision. Chandler definitely has tremendous heart, but he also cheats a lot. Multiple fence grabs, multiple glove grabs, multiple strikes to the back of the head. Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig ended up being a pure striking fight. Bo Nickel wins a unanimous decision 30-27. The crowd didn't like the fight too much. A lot of boos during the contest. Viviane Araujo wins the unanimous decision over Carini Silva 29-28 on all the cards. Mauricio Rufy won the first 2 rounds against Yonta, but his cardio slowed down in round 3, so he lost that one. Nonetheless, he wins a unanimous decision 29-28. Marcus McGee won the first 2 rounds against Jonathan Martinez. He got hurt badly with leg kicks in round 3, but he survived and wins a unanimous decision to extend his win streak to 6. Things were going pretty well for Damon Jackson until he went for a takedown on Jim Miller, and Jim Miller snatched that ghillie and got the first round submission victory, extending his record for the most wins in UFC history and extending his record for the most fights in UFC history. Ghillie enthusiast Dustin Poirier appreciated that submission win by Jim Miller. Damon Jackson retired after the fight. He had a good career, 12 years in the sport, 33 fights. Best of luck to him post-MMA. David Onama picks up a unanimous decision victory over Roberto Romero, but Romero was a very game opponent taking this fight on short notice as a colossal underdog did quite well, so the UFC will definitely take care of him in some way, shape, or form in the future. Marcin Tybura landed big elbows at the end of round 2 on Diniz. The doctor stopped it in between rounds. That's more of a New York thing. In any other state, it probably would have kept going, but in New York, it's like that sometimes with the doctors. Diniz protested the stoppage a lot, but to no avail. However, there's a lot of people who thought it was perfectly fine to stop the fight because Diniz looked concussed towards the end of the round. He looked all wobbly walking back to his corner. First loss of Diniz's career. He doesn't look like he has much of a ground game off his back, and Tybura has a really good ground game, and the manifestation of that is a victory for Tybura. Donald Trump and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. were watching that fight on Air Force One. Ramiz Brahimaj knocks out Mickey Gall in the first round, getting the biggest victory of his career in his hometown of New York City.
Internet loves it. What's the hat you put on Joe Rogan?
Oh, that's an Albanian pliss. That was my grandfather's, and it's like a tribal hat, right?
Oban Elliott dropped Basil Hafez with a right hand in round 3, knocked him out on the ground. He's 3-0 this year in the UFC and is on a 8-fight winning streak. Mura decisions Hardy in the opening fight of the night. Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders was canceled. Anders had a medical issue, so that fight was dropped at the last minute.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Unfortunately, I just got a phone call from Hunter Campbell that my fight with Eric Anders is off. Eric Anders apparently got sick and is not going to be able to fight tonight. So, yeah, I am super bummed out. I felt so good for this fight. I was so ready. My head is spinning right now that this is happening. I was about to walk into the arena. Just said the prayers with my family. Yeah, just felt so good. And I was so excited to put on a show in Madison Square Garden. I am so gutted. Well, yeah, I just want to wish Anders, I hope he feels better, gets better soon. And I want to just apologize to all the friends and family and fans that spent a lot of money to come out here to watch me fight tonight. And unfortunately, it's not going to be happening anymore. It really sucks. And I'm sorry. And I'll keep you guys on the loop, I guess, on what's next. I appreciate you guys for always supporting. Take care.
This is the second highest grossing event that the UFC did at Madison Square Garden. The highest one was UFC 205, McGregor versus Alvarez. The old gloves are going to be used on pay-per-views. The new gloves are going to be used on fight nights, and they're going to make a determination on what to do going forward next year. Since Belal Muhammad got injured and was out of his fight with Shavkat, that fight got scrapped as the main event. The new main event is what was previously the co-main event, Kaya Sakura versus Pantoja for the flyweight title. So now the new co-main event becomes Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Gary. Shavkat's now in the co-main event. This is number 3 and 7 in the welterweight division. It's not for an interim title, but it's a 5-rounder, so 5-round co-main event. The winner will take on Belal Muhammad for the title. Great opportunity for Ian Gary. He goes from being number 7 ranked to possibly fighting for the belt if he can beat Rakhmonov. And credit to Rakhmonov for taking this fight. He is the favorite, but he had a guaranteed title shot against Belal, but he's taking this fight still. He has to win this to get that title shot now. But Gary was scheduled to take on Joaquin Buckley next month, December 14th, headlining UFC Tampa, but now that has to be changed. Buckley stays in the main event, but now he's taking on Colby Covington. Interesting fight there. Colby Covington, number 6 in the welterweight division. Joaquin Buckley, number 9. Interesting matchup. Both these guys are talkers too, so it'll be an interesting lead up. It is interesting though because Ian Gary said that he was supposed to be matched up with Colby Covington to main event this card, but Colby didn't take that fight according to Ian Gary, but he's willing to fight Buckley. So it's interesting. Did he duck the cuck to take on Buck? I don't know, but I like this matchup. It should be a fun one for the final card of 2024 for the UFC. Say what you want about Ian Gary. He backs up his words. He said he'd fight Shavkat. He is fighting Shavkat. He's doing this preparing on short notice for him. He had a fight December 14th, but he's doing this as a short notice fight against Shavkat, which a lot of guys don't. So you got to respect him for that. And Shavkat does respect him for that, but had some harsh words for other welterweights. I'm very disappointed in our division. Belal, Leon, Colby, Kamaru, Jack, Sean. You've let all those fans down. The only one who backed up his words is Ian Gary. And I respect that. But make no mistake, Ian Gary, I'm coming for your O and we'll fight for the belt after. Even injured, hospitalized, Belal got some venom in this tweet. But he does make a good point about fighters talking and not acting. So credit to Gary for actually acting. I think he's going to lose, but who knows? We'll see what happens December 7.
When Phuket, Thailand, for a chunky southpaw getting ready for Joaquin Buckley, I'm going to change it all. Fight a week earlier, December 7th in Las Vegas, which is where I wanted to fight, when I wanted to fight. The world will only be able to say that I'm a gamer. They will only be able to say that this guy will fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. And the perfect example is give me the boogeyman of the welterweight division, and I'll stand in there in 3 weeks' notice, and I'll find a way to beat him.
Nick Diaz is out of his fight with Vicente Luque at UFC 310 on December 7th. Replacing Diaz is Temba Garimbo. So Temba Garimbo versus Vicente Luque, UFC 310, December 7th. Temba Garimbo's coming off a win over Nico Price, and he looked good in that victory. This change happens just a few days after that video came out of Nick Diaz where he's burning a blade of grass by himself. Maybe the two incidents are related. People were concerned about his well-being. Some people were concerned about his well-being after that. His girlfriend even stated, drug addiction doesn't last forever. You either find sobriety or it takes your life.
How do you get there?
What is gonna happen is gonna be something like a short notice fight with a guy in the top 10, and I'll beat him. Then I make my case. Is that what I foresee is it's gonna be a short notice fight against someone in the top 10 because I stay ready. I'm always ready.
MMA fighting, we stand and unite. With every heartbeat, we're ready to ignite. In the cage of life, we'll conquer our fate.
Conor McGregor said, my 2 bets this weekend, Tyson via KO, Jones stoppage, 1 million double. He ended up deleting the post. Conor also deleted a tweet where he said Jake Paul and his team are eyeing Pritchard Colin for their next opponent, Pritchard being the boxer who's been in a vegetative state for years after sustaining a traumatic brain injury from a boxing bout in 2015. Dear Conor, I know you told my team you'd fight me at 170. That's not happening, but let's run it in MMA no weight class just like how it used to be done, but you won't. Dear Jake, this started with us, so let's finish it. You know Connor's under contract. I'm a free agent. Let's settle at MMA. Honor your brother's end of the deal since he's not man enough to. No weight class, just like it used to be. Loser retires from combat sports, but you won't.
This is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in ring one last time. I almost died in June. Had 8 blood transfusions. Lost half my blood and 25 pounds in hospital and had to fight to get healthy to fight. So I won. To have my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboy Stadium is an experience that no man has the right to ask for.
Katie Taylor won a decision over Amanda Serrano. Cyborg wants to fight her. I can make 140 for an MMA versus boxing super fight against Katie Taylor. She's interested in the female version of the Ngannou versus Fury matchup. Maurice Green won via standing Gilly against Chase Sherman in Gamebred FC. Randy Costa versus Brandon Davis ends in a no contest. Brandon Davis was about to win by TKO, but he included an illegal knee in that sequence, and the fight ends in a no contest. Josh Weems won by decision over Jason Knight, and Jason Knight retired after the fight. UFC officially announces their return to Saudi Arabia on February 1st. A couple fights on the card so far. Ikram Alaskera versus Andre Muniz and Sergey Pavlovich versus Jairzinho Rosenstruik. Michael Venom Page versus Shara Bullet is expected to be on that card too.
You can lie to the man in the mirror, but that motherfucker knows the truth, baby. You is what you is, and you ain't. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
That's good. 37, 38 years old now. He's beat everybody. He's never lost. 16 years, the youngest heavyweight champion of all time.
You gotta set the bar really, really low, you know? Yeah. So you can't just like come out full on racist. You gotta say like little stuff, you know, a little bigotry here and there, a little sexism. Yeah. The next thing you know, you can say what the fuck you want.
Look how easy it is to be racist. Let's continue.